Move it, troopers! On the double! Fire!
Hello there, this is Todd from the Scoundrels Cantina, and welcome to another episode of A Star Wars Story. In this video, we'll be telling you the story of the blindly loyal clone trooper Dogma, who is most notably seen in the amazing Star Wars The Clone Wars series. Me and Luke the Other Scoundrel think that Dogma is one of the most important clone troopers, as his story teaches us all a few important lessons. As always, we're mixing the expanded universe and canon because we believe that there's no reason why most of it can't fit together. So anyway, let's begin. Clone Trooper Dogma was born in 32 BBY on the planet Kamino as part of the Grand Army of the Republic to fight against the enemies of the Republic, such as the Confederacy of Independent Systems. He was a genetic replica of the legendary Mandalorian bounty hunter Jango Fett, as was the entire clone army. In 22 BBY, the Clone Wars started, and Dogma would become a part of the 501st Legion, serving under Jedi General Anakin Skywalker and Clone Captain Rex. It is unknown what Dogma was up to during the first year of the Clone Wars, but he was surely one of the most loyal clone troopers in the Grand Army, obeying every single order without questions, no matter what it was. He was a by-the-book clone trooper.
He's wound tight, but he's loyal.
He kinda reminds me of you.
Maybe back in the day.
In 21 BBY, Dogma, alongside the entire Grand Army, received Phase 2 clone armor, which he would customize, and not long after, the Republic launched an invasion on the planet Umbara. Dogma would be joined by few notable members of the 501st, which were Fives, Jesse, Kix, Hardcase, Apple, and Tup, as they fought against the Umbarans. As General Skywalker and Captain Rex led the attack, the 501st managed to take over the ridge where the Umbarans were stationed at, thus establishing a foothold.
All platoons have reported in, General.
Get some rest.
Thank you, sir. I'm fine. The General's giving you an order, Dogma. Of course, sir!
As the 501st rested, they were ambushed by more Umbaran resistance, and while they were retreating off the ridge, they called for an airstrike, which eventually saved their asses. Not long after, General Skywalker would be temporarily relieved of duty by General Pong Krell, who was known for having the highest clone casualties.
General Krell's here? Something big must be going on.
As the 501st marched towards the capital city, Krell had his own idea on how to take it, despite General Skywalker's original plan, which was to send all forces in a full frontal assault.
The General's new plan is reckless. You ever think that maybe the General knows what he is doing? I know you think this is a bad idea.
When the Umbarans attacked them, the 501st suffered huge casualties and had no other choice but to retreat back to the rest of their forces by order of Captain Rex. The 501st Legion wasn't used to this type of command, as Skywalker was more free-thinking, although Dogma fit right in with Krell due to blind loyalty.
This entire operation has been compromised because of your failure!
As the battle raged on, General Kenobi redirected the 501st to take the Umbaran airbase, which was resupplying the capital. Once again, General Krell's plan was to send them on a suicide mission directly at the enemy, and slowly more and more of the clones disagreed with his plans, but not Dogma.
Well, I, for one, agree with the General's plan. We're running out of time, and this is the best option.
In the end, the 501st succeeded in taking the airbase, but only because Captain Rex sent Fives and Hardcase to infiltrate the base and steal Umbaran fighters to use against them, although more than half of the platoon was lost due to Krell's plan.
A lot of men died to take this base.
The price for such victory. Perhaps someday you'll realize this.
The airbase was now under the full control of the 501st Legion, and soon Krell would receive word from Obi-Wan of the Separatist DH Omni support vessel, which was further supplying the Umbaran resistance. Rex suggested that they attack with Kenobi's forces in order to help him destroy the supply ship, although once again, Krell ordered a full frontal assault.
I realize you haven't agreed with all my strategies, Captain, but you are smart enough and loyal enough to obey my orders. Now prep those troops!
Despite everything that has happened, Dogma was still a blind man with vision, constantly creating excuses for the General.
Why does it seem like he has it out for clones? I think you're all overreacting. Obviously, General Krell knows what he's doing. Do you really think he doesn't care if he loses men?
As Fives, Jesse, and Hardcase came up with a plan of their own and told Rex, the following happened.
Here comes Dogma. What's going on? Nothing.
In the end, Fives, Jesse, and Hardcase went through with their plan, and while they were gone, Dogma intended to tell the General everything, even manipulated Tup to accompany him.
If we know what they're up to, and we keep our mouths shut, then we'll be complicit in their insubordination. Do you really want to be court-martialed?
While Dogma and Tup were going to the command tower to rat on their brothers, Captain Rex knew what Dogma was up to and stopped them.
On second thought, sir, it's not important. Yeah, that's what I thought.
In the end, the treasonous mission was a success in destroying the supply ship, although Heartcase was killed. When Fives and Jesse returned, they were sentenced to execution by General Ponkrell for disobeying his orders. Rex was forced to prepare a firing squad, although on the other hand, Dogma was completely fine with killing his brothers for insubordination. When the firing squad purposely misfired, the following happened.
Take off their binders. No, we have orders. We have to go through with this. Good luck finding anyone to do it.
Fives and Jesse were sent to lockup, while Rex alongside Dogma would go to the control tower to the General, where a transmission came informing them that the Umbarans have stolen 212th Battalion clone armor and were heading their way. The 501st went out to take out the Umbaran threat, and during the firefight, Rex discovered that they were in fact the 212th Battalion and not Umbarans.
What?
They would meet the dying commanding officer Waxer, who told them that Krell was behind their order as well. The 501st and 212th joined forces and went out to arrest General Krell for treason against the Republic, although Dogma was still a blind man even after this. The General would not stand down without a fight, and after he escaped the command tower and left many dead clones, the 501st and 212th went after him but were intercepted by Dogma, who claimed that they were all traitors.
I used to believe that being a good soldier meant doing everything they told you. That's how they engineered us. But we're not droids. We're not programmed.
In the end, Dogma lowered his blaster, after which he was captured and taken to the brig. When General Krell was captured, he would be placed into a cell next to Dogma's, where he told them everything they wanted to know and even more.
That's because you were the biggest fool of them all, Dogma. I counted on blind loyalty like yours to make my plan succeed.
Eventually, Rex and the clones came to the decision to execute Krell, although when Rex took out his blaster, he simply couldn't do it. As he was hesitating, Dogma, who was held by Fives, took out the ARC Trooper's blaster and shot General Krell.
I had to. He betrayed us.
Shortly after this, the battle for Umbar would end and Dogma was taken into Republic custody for killing a Jedi, but as he was led away, Rex gave him a reassuring nod to let him know that he did the right thing. This is as far as his story is known, so we're going to tell you what we believe happened to him next. Dogma would be sent to trial for killing a Jedi as well as betraying his clone brothers, although Captain Rex would come to his defense due to the complicated circumstances on Umbara, as well as because Dogma learned his lesson. Eventually, Dogma would be given another chance to serve the Republic, although he would be transferred to another legion or battalion as most of his brothers in the 501st and 212th felt betrayed by his actions on Umbara. Because of his ignorant self from the past and the trials he went through with Krell, Dogma developed a very strong sense of individuality, as well as started to think for himself like never before. In a way, serving under General Krell was Dogma's redemption arc, as it led him to finally not being just another program puppet. Eventually, through heroic actions, he would become an ARC Trooper in his new unit. In 19 BBY, when Order 66 was initiated by Chancellor Palpatine to eliminate all Jedi, Dogma was able to resist the control chip for a time, as in a way the Order had less effect on him due to the strong development of his character, as well as because he already killed a Jedi once before. As he was struggling, in order to not lose himself, he hurried to the Republic medbay where a medical droid put him to sleep and found the hidden inhibitor chip in his head and took it out. When Dogma woke up, he saw what happened to the Jedi Order and that the Republic was now the Galactic Empire. He would make his escape from his brainwashed clone brothers and defect from the former Republic. Years later, when the rebellion was forming against the Empire, Dogma became a lieutenant in the Alliance and was reunited with some of his clone brothers, such as Rex and Wolf, and fought all the way to the Battle of Endor in 4ABY, thus witnessing peace being brought to the galaxy. The story of Dogma teaches us all a few very good lessons. Never give in to anything blindly without asking questions and trying to find the truth, and never let your ignorance of other existing information that doesn't suit your view blind you into not seeing the truth. And lastly, if Dogma can redeem himself from such stubbornness and ignorance, then anyone can.
We're not programmed. You have to learn to make your own decisions.
Anyway guys, this is it on the story of Dogma, and we hope you all enjoyed it and learned something new about the vast galaxy of Star Wars. If you enjoy our content, make sure to check out our second lore channel, The Crossroads Inn, and if you want to watch more videos like this one, the link to the playlist of our other Star Wars stories and videos will be down below. Also, if you want to support this channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this one, and remember guys, God is awesome, may the Force be with you always, and we'll see you in another video. You Rebel Scum.
This party's over.